Now, I told everyone that the Oblivion horse armor was a bad idea, but now look where we are. Talk about snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Because Sony, in their infinite wisdom, has entered the find out stage of the plan and it up royally, have they? Hit the like button and subscribe. You know, there's a great Phil Collins song that represents this situation perfectly. The song is called something like Helldivers 2 really took a hell dive, literally. I promise you that's a song from Phil Collins. Now, they were telling you all along that they were fighting for managed democracy. And well, when I really think about it, central control of what you think and say is how a managed democracy works. And the Sony ponies have been doing that perfectly. Now, at first I was like, you know what, I kind of feel bad for the devs because Sony clearly doesn't give a and the only ones affected by this are the Helldivers 2 developers, not Sony. But much to my surprise, someone sent me this on Twitter, a very interesting screen cap of a sassy community manager over there at the official Helldivers Discord. Now get ready for this. This is to all the people, including myself at first, who said, oh, you know what, they're just poor innocent devs under the Emperor Sony's thumb. But that is just a load of fucking bollocks. This is their community manager who's called Spitz, which ironically is what he or she's been doing to the faces of everyone on PC who bought their game. Just outright mocking the people who are voicing any kind of negative opinion regarding this issue. Now, they have since deleted all their posts. Of course they have, but we saved all of them, haven't we? Unlucky. Now, you would think a prerequisite for being a community manager is keeping a good relationship with the community you're managing, but clearly not. Anyway, Eternal Sweet says, this will kill Helldivers 2 on Steam. Backpedal or lose your player base, and this Spitz person comes out with one of the most brain-dead things I've ever seen. I thought you were refunding and leaving. See, I didn't know one of the requirements to becoming a community manager is to dump fuel into an already enormous inferno. And nuking any goodwill you had with the players, they took your money and then gave you the middle finger. How on earth does this community manager still have a job? This is the most disrespectful, passive-aggressive response he could have gave. I mean, you can't communicate. Case in point. See, they're not done yet. They just want to dig their hole even deeper. Spitz says, it's not like this is the first or even the 14th mainstream game to require a third-party account that takes just a couple of seconds or minutes to create. But if that's a deal breaker, you have 120 seconds out of your day to enter an email and password, then forget about it. Change your Steam review and make your displeasure known on a platform where it matters. Oh, come on, come on. I love how he's like, go ahead and review bomb our game. And the players are like, oh yeah, we can do that just fine, thank you very much. By the way, nobody should be calling it review bombing either. When negative reviews are warranted, it's just a hilarious way to bury your head in the sand. Anyway, look, I love how he's like, it's just a few minutes out of your day. It's not simply just creating another account. It's about providing your details to another third party with a track record of data leaks. It's completely disingenuous to act like this is just a nothing burger. Either you are just incredibly dense and don't realize the ramifications of something like this, or you're just corrupt, and to be honest, it might be both. Instead of making us spend 120 seconds making a PSN account, why don't you spend 120 seconds to remove the lines of code that require us to make a PSN account? Which brings me to my next point. We all know it's actually a security downgrade to link your account to a PSN account, because it's all about harvesting more data and stuff about you. Connecting more accounts to a service is literally the opposite of security. To boil it down to something like, oh, it's just 120 seconds is quite frankly insane. You need to grow the fuck up. Now, some countries, like I said earlier in a previous video, can't create a PSN account. So you sold a game in countries where it will be illegal to play the game in 3 months. That is wild to me. I mean, it sounds ridiculous. How is this not on the front page of every news outlet? I mean, it's as real as Sydney Sweeney's tits. And this is something else I don't think many people know about. In the UK where I live and in Ireland, you need to provide a government-issued photo ID or facial scan to verify your age. So if you have nothing to do with PlayStation, you still have to provide your facial scan to Sony. There's a reason why PlayStation doesn't sell well here in the UK. And Steam, by the way, needs to genuinely ban any company that forces logins from a third party. Because if Valve doesn't allow people to refund their game after this, and they are sending a very clear message. Developers can just cripple any game you paid for once the refund period is over and face no recourse whatsoever. And on that bombshell, I'll try to keep up with any new development on this game because I just find it way too interesting and something you cannot ignore. This affects everyone, even your 93-year-old grandmother, Manix out.